Hello, everybody, and welcome back to round 3 coverage from the women's lead card of the Glass-Blown Open. This is the back 9. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited to see what happens.
My name is Paige Pierce.
And I'm Zoe Andyke.
We have a battle going down currently. Thank you guys for tuning back in and watching how round 3 finishes out. Thanks to Jomez and to the PDGA and Dynamic Disc for sponsoring this. Right now, we have Catrina Allen on top with 4 under, Jessica Weese behind with +1, and I'm at +4. And Jennifer Allen has dropped 1 spot she's sitting at +5. Thanks to UDisc also for the live stats and this
so
score
nice.
updates.
So great. And hole 10, getting right into things. It's a par 3. It's 391 feet. A little bit of uphill elevation gain before a downhill drop-off. So the basket is actually blind to the tee shot. Out of bounds is lining the right-hand side of the fairway and the left-hand side. When a player is releasing their drive off of this tee shot, definitely do not want to hyzer out too hard because the grass is very skippy. A lot of players are finding that left-hand side OB. Looks like Jessica actually just had kind of a low release there, and she's safe in the middle of the fairway. Let's see, Paige looks like she gets it plenty up in the air and maybe had turned it over just a little bit, but kind of grabbed a little bit of a tree branch and stopped in the fairway, so that was good.
Catrina with her D1 puts a nice turn on it and gets a little skip. She's going to be past those barrier trees, looking to be pin high with the basket about 28 to 30 feet.
Yeah, she's just at the circle, so that's a great drive for the FPO division. Jen Allen releasing a powerful, beautiful drive there. Same idea, gets kind of a bigger flare skip, so she's just outside of the circle. Great drive.
Definitely. So on this approach, you see the OB line on the right. You also can see it deep and on the left side. So Jen and Kat, who are both pin high on the right side, on the left side, are going to be putting at the OB behind the basket.
And Jessica placing a nice second shot in the circle. Looks like Jen is really comfortable just getting that right underneath the basket for the stress-free par.
Catrina looking to capitalize on that drive, and she does so.
Rhythm and routine. Let's look at the SloMez. And it's just hung up in the air perfect for the boom birdie.
Right in the heart of the chains. That's confidence right there. Right after a double bogey and a single bogey, she gets a birdie. So she's looking to get this round back on track and move on.
And Paige putting for her par. Excellent. Jen will be tapping out her par as well.
And you guys can hear the highway right there. It's pretty cool to drive down 35 and just see a bunch of disc golf going on, especially these galleries we have out here this weekend.
Oh, I'm loving it. The whole community comes out for this event. It's really special. Moving on to hole 11. This is uphill. It is a tight left-hand side OB, and as we saw yesterday, this hole actually is quite hard to stick and land in the fairway. A lot of bounces, left OB. You've got to challenge that right side and hope that your disc will stay in. Trina first on the box.
She's throwing her D2 here. This thing is overstable, so she wants that to be quite a bit wider. Unfortunately, she does not put it wide enough and goes out of bounds on this hole. Jessica with that 162 Champion Valkyrie.
Wow.
This was an interesting choice, in my opinion, but she made it work. Look at that control on that drive, low on a hyzer, and gets that skip. She's a little short of pin high, but she should have a very easy par and a chance at birdie even.
Yeah, and then Paige is hanging it out way over the right-hand side, which is great. I mean, that was a powerful, powerful drive. I mean, you can hear the crowd cheering, whistling, going wild. You outdrove the basket. That was incredible.
Thank you.
And Jennifer Allen.
This is her Star Destroyer.
She's keeping it low and out of the wind, looking for that skip. She gets a little bit of it. That's a very approachable shot. I mean, it's great to be landing in the fairway, so she's happy.
Catrina with a jump putt here. Doesn't quite get enough on it. She's going to have to settle for a bogey here. And I believe that's 2 days in a row she's made the error to the left. So stay tuned for tomorrow. See how she corrects that. But until then, we have Jessica with her jump putt with the Sonic.
Wow. I just love how much she's throwing that.
Jennifer Allen.
Little jump putt, safe landing.
Wanted it a little higher. You could see her emphasizing her follow through there.
That was a really, really great attempt for the birdie. But I think, as you can see, these players are cleaning up with some stress-free pars and then the bogey. Perfect.
Yeah, and hole 12 coming up. It's one of the new holes on the course. First of all these are new to the FPO. The country club, we didn't even actually play here last year. So I thought it was a cool mix to end up playing all 4 rounds here. And then we have this completely new hole.
It's 314 feet. It is all uphill slightly, par 3. The OB is tight on your right-hand side, much, much wider once you get up the fairway on the left and deep. And then there's the magnetic force field tree. Yeah. Everybody's disc gets kind of sucked toward that tree.
It's a perfectly placed tree for this hole. I mean, I know they didn't place the tree there for this hole, but Eric McCabe, the course designer, absolutely had that tree in mind when he put the basket there. It catches a lot of drives if you don't commit to that anhyzer release. And I didn't. I'm going to hit the tree right there and just drop just on the left side of it.
You have an open view for your approach or putt.
Yeah. Jennifer turns it enough, but just too low so it catches the ground right there, and she'll be having to throw a hyzer approach around the big tree.
And Catrina is hanging it out wide, and it comes back, but she is underneath the tree. However, not completely obstructed. She might have to take a knee there.
Another Sonic shot by Jess. She's making this thing look easy. The approach game, she's kind of just out there playing catch, it seems like.
Very dependable disc.
Jen just puts a jump putt up there. Not really trying to make it, just trying to get it close.
It was a good attempt. Had plenty of power on it, just a little bit left. As you can see, Kat was a little awkward stance and just gets her upshot in a necessary distance to cash in the par. There's a par for Jen. And it looks as though Jen's kind of relaxed and calmed down just a little bit. Liking seeing her throwing with a little more confidence. And the par for Jess. The par for Paige.
If you guys see the graphics on the top right, if you're not following Jomez on Patreon, you guys should absolutely go do so. They have exclusive content for their Patreons. And, their link is just up there ahead, so go see for yourself.
Hole 13. It's a par 3. It's got a little bit of uphill elevation gain, 394 feet. This hole definitely is one that you have to challenge that OB on the right. It's so close to the basket all the way up, but you're going to want to play it over the OB and get the skip back into the fairway. There's a line of trees on the left-hand side, though, that you want to avoid.
Yeah. Like you said, you want to keep it out wide, but it's scary to have your disc carry over the OB for that long. So that might have a little bit of a factor on why Jess didn't swing it out too wide. So she is going to be kind of behind that tree right there. Not really a makeable putt, but she should have a relatively easy par.
Looks like a lot of trust there with, is that one of your defenders?
That is my Ballista Pro, actually, going for the distance shot.
She's going the distance, folks.
She's going for speed.
That was a great shot, though, pinned.
Jennifer with her overstable destroyer. Nice wide trust on that and gets a big flare skip. She's going to be a little outside circle too, though. She didn't get it quite high enough to carry that 394 feet. Catrina, this is such a beautiful line. Nice and wide. It didn't really move at all from left to right. She just punched it forward and let the disc hyzer out.
And Jen with kind of the layup jump putt is an excellent play. Looks like Jess has got the Sonic again, trying to play catch with the basket. And a well-placed shot.
Catrina now will have this tree right behind her. It looks like her left foot's kind of up on the root there, so maybe a little bit of unstable footing. Still gives it a great bid, but she'll have to settle with the par here as well.
Unbelievable birdie there, Paige. It's so great to watch. It was a great shot. And let's see, we're back here to hole 14. It's a par 4, 574 feet. The players are really remarking about how much they like this hole in both divisions. It's such a big, huge, wide open fairway, but it's not easy. It's not a free-for-all. We've got the fence OB all along the right-hand side, and as you approach the green, it gets tighter from the left-hand side sidewalk all the way into the stone wall, and then it's actually only a little outside of the circle behind the basket.
So you'll have people on each card you play. You're probably going to have some that take the left route, some that take the right route. Both are good options off the tee, but it just kind of makes your upshot different. So where I landed on that left side, it kind of takes all the trees out of play for my next shot. If you do go down the fence line on the right, you kind of have that big tree to contend with. So Jess is going to go on the left side as well with her Faro, but she's throwing a sidearm and gets way down there.
Way down the fairway. That was a huge sidearm blast. Gotta love that shot. And Jennifer Allen looks like she's lining up to play the left-hand side of the fairway.
Yeah, she had told me that she was going the fence line, but she liked this wind for this shot today. And she gets down to the 250-foot marker in this short grass. She's going to like it from there. That branch does come into play, though, if you're not wide enough. So Catrina and Jen both may have to get a little bit tricky on their approaches.
Really great tee shots, but yeah, we'll have to see how they deal with the low-hanging branch hazard.
Jen just, right out of her hand, it was too high. I'm not sure what her intention was there. I think she just kind of came up and threw it into the branch.
And Jessica chooses to play around the left side of that low-hanging with the sidearm, staying safe from the OB deep.
Yeah, and that was, again, that flippy Vulcan that she loves on a hyzer angle. It goes to show you how much control Jessica has on her angles.
And how well she knows her discs.
Yeah, making that understable disc fly forward on a sidearm hyzer release. It's beautiful.
I can hear you pleading there for something. What was going on with that shot, Paige?
Well, we actually have somebody that has donated $350 to any Eagle. So I was actually trying to run that upshot and get the 2 on this hole for $350.
Yeah, that's Bob Barber, actually, and he did the same thing at the Memorial Championships earlier in the year. It's really special when we have such amazing fans and spectators, but somebody that steps up and really wants to reward the FPO division like that.
That's awesome. Do you know if anybody got it at the Memorial?
Nobody did, actually.
Okay.
And he ended up donating it to, that's a great putt, Paige, for the
Thank
birdie.
you.
Yeah, Bob Barber donated that to Universal Play Disc Golf, the nonprofit, actually, that Dustin Keegan and I started for disc golf education in schools.
Nice. That's awesome. Catrina, unfortunately, misses that one a little bit low, but she's only walking away with a par. This hole is hard to get, so... you see the rest of the card also pars it, so not much damage there, and we're on to hole 15.
And hole 15 is interesting. I think the players, now that we have settled in after 2 rounds, everybody's understanding that this is, in fact, a hole that you must come into bounds from your tee shot, or else you have to go to the drop zone. This is not played like regular OP. There is, in fact, a drop zone kind of hiding off to the left there if you don't make it in bounds.
Throwing my Lucid Felon here, wide and hard. It's 347 feet, so it's kind of in between a fairway and a driver for a lot of us. So I'm just choosing to club down to the fairway and just throw it pretty much as hard as I could. Jessica is going with a driver here, overstable, wide, and gets that skip inbounds. She's going to be in circle 2.
And looking like an overstable distance driver there that Jen is trusting, hanging out plenty wide and getting the skip in. That's a great shot.
Yeah, she said that was her meat hook disc, her beefcake, I think she called it, actually. This is Catrina with her very, very trusty D1. She's had this in the bag since 2013, and she gets it inside circle 1.
It's a great shot. Outside of the circle here, Jess is giving it a run, ending up just underneath the basket.
Jennifer from just inside the circle.
Oh, leaves it just a little bit short.
Doesn't quite connect. And she commented on this is the first time she had missed this hole this week.
Oh, all right. So she actually has pretty good stats for this hole.
Yeah. Catrina, uncharacteristic, a little bit low there.
Looked a little nose down even, not the hands. Great birdie there. And just a couple of cleanup tap-ins. Try not to hit your head on the cage as you're getting out of this green.
So with that birdie there, I am going to jump up to tie with Jessica Weese. Currently, we are 5 behind Catrina, and we are moving on to hole 16, which is a water feature hole. This is another island, but this time the stuff that's out of bounds is water.
And it's 262 feet. So you can imagine every player in our division knows that she can very well drive the island, but will you choose to take that dangerous shot, and will you be confident enough? I mean, obviously all of us have plenty of distance to do it, but it's all right between the ears if you're going to execute the shot or play a safe layup.
I'm up here first, and I'm going to throw my classic blend Marshall. I am going for this green. There's not a lot of wind right now, so I'm just trying to play towards the fat side of the green and see how I feel about the putt when I get down there.
Oh, I like where you chose to sit, right there on the island safe.
Jessica Weese up next. She's throwing her sidearm, nice and trusty, out wide.
And we've seen this shot from Jessica, all week long. She just barely comes up short.
Yeah, so she will be proceeding to the drop zone, which is at the end of this peninsula that you see here. Jennifer with her rock 3. Oh, beautiful little action right there, and she stays safe.
She kind of ollies off that little wooden walkway, and she's looking good for the birdie.
Catrina throwing her PA1. Nice hyzer with her putter. And she will also be inbounds on the island, pin high on the left side.
And Jessica from the drop zone.
Was deciding between the Sonic and her putter. This is actually a Nexus AVR, which is her new Tour Series fundraiser. And she went with the Nexus AVR on a jump putt.
Putting for the birdie and cashing in. Let's check the SloMez. Complete confidence. Oh, man, that's got to feel good. Birdieing this island is no easy feat. I think Kat is definitely feeling strong and confident after that play.
Yeah, that was a great putt, especially with the water behind. Oh, heartbreaker right there.
Definitely.
That was one of those that could have caught. It wasn't a true spit out. It could have been a little bit better hit, but, you know, she hit a lot of chains there.
Yes, she most certainly did. A little disappointment there for Jennifer Allen. And Jess is carding the bogey. And looks like Paige is cleaning up her par. And we are moving on to hole 17. Oh, man. This hole has just got so much character. It has elevation gain and loss, and before it flattens out, as you can see, there is a golf green on the right later in the fairway that's OB, but the out of bounds is actually flagged right around 10 feet off of that, making that a much bigger circle than what it looks like. The tee shot is so tricky. There's low-hanging branches all around the right. There's a Mando tree far right, and then out of bounds, really tight left. Not a lot of options, really tight fairway.
Well-described hole.
Oh,
you
nice.
just blew my mind there. Catrina goes a little bit high, hits the branch, and knocks herself down. I'm going to see that and make a correction a little bit lower, faster, and I get a great skip as well.
Yeah, you got pretty far up there. Great shot. And let's see what Jen does here.
This is her destroyer. Pretty similar line to the one I just threw. She also gets the skip.
Excellent.
And those are pretty much right where you want to be. Anything that's safe and penetrates under those branches
is definitely good.
This shot blew my mind.
Is this that Valkyrie?
This is that Valkyrie. She put it out wide on an Anheuser, wide and high on an Anheuser, and let it flip into the biggest part of the gap. And it just sat down right in the center of the fairway.
And keeping it low, as you can see, Catrina releases it underneath those branches, playing it straight up the fairway, and that's a good shot. Puts her in position.
Jessica now with her Faro.
Throwing her whole body into it, trying to get way up the fairway, plenty clear of the OB. And she does.
Yeah, she had a couple things in mind for that shot, I think, because that Faro is super overstable, but she was also holding on to that Star Vulcan that's really flippy. So I think she had a couple different lines in mind, and it looks like the one she ended up going with worked out pretty well for her.
A little bit of a tree clip there, but just outside of the circle, it looks like.
This is my Classic Blend Marshall. I'm just trying to put it out wide on an Anheuser release and let it kind of stall in towards the basket.
And that worked out pretty good for you there. Just in or just at the circle's edge.
Catrina with the same PA1 she threw on the last hole. A little bit of a hyzer release, but she's pin high just on the left side, about 20, 22 feet.
Putting for her birdie. With the Sonic.
From a knee.
From the knee.
Under those branches, nose up. Beautiful bid.
Excellent attempt, yes. And right out of her hands. Jen knew it right there, but stress-free par. Just a little bit low.
Quarter inch
Super
low.
close.
Bouncing off the rim there.
And, whether Kat just saw your putt low or just accidentally released it high, she will be tapping in the bogey. And I don't know if you guys are really watching that scoreboard down below. I mean, it's right there because Jomez is putting it up for us. And we're seeing Kat is at 4 down. Jessica just took a par, so she's at 2 over. Paige has moved into second place earlier and is at 1 over. Jen at 11. This is making things really interesting going into hole 18.
Yeah, lots can happen on hole 18. It's another new hole for the FPO.
And it's a par 3, 413 feet. We really I haven't seen any players take the left-hand side that makes it so much longer around the tree, although it's certainly there to take the land. All players I've played with and watched have taken it all the way over the water, trying to really attack or get themselves a chance at some sort of a putt or easy upshot.
Yeah, so those ducks are kind of moving around, made me reset a little bit. I'm trying to go right over their heads on a hyzer and just kind of swoop in towards the basket. The slope does come into play, though, so we're trying to get the disc to sit, and unfortunately, it does not. I will be OB and taking it inside the circle down by the basket.
I was going to say, Paige, that's an incredible distance drive. Plenty of trust all the way over the water and actually out driving the pin. That's a great shot. Even though it went out of bounds, you've got a putt. Jen Allen also had a lot of trust there and a nice little roll to get her to the edge or just outside of the circle. It's a great shot.
Jessica with the Faro. A little low, a little anhyzer, but it gets a little wind bounce, and she kind of skips up there. She's safe on the green, but it's a really long look from there. Now Catrina with her D2 puts it nice and wide and high on a hyzer. Gets a nice skip, too.
Skip. And I guarantee you Jessica Weese is walking off of that tee shot feeling probably pretty happy because she had let go of it so low. Kind of an uncharacteristically high sonic shot there, but she is, I think, still in the circle there for her next attempt. Jen laying it up for no stress par. Paige gave it a run, actually, and rightfully so, being on that side of the green. I would have done the same thing. She'll have a little comebacker, and Kat is playing it safe. Great layup. Some people like to call this kind of a putt a death putt. You're looking at the water. It's an elevated basket. This is never an easy thing for a player to step up to, and Jessica ran it with full confidence, but just came up a little short. Great comebacker there. It ended up carding the bogey because of the OB off the tee shot. Still a great round, only finishing at +2. Nice tap in for the bogey there for Jess.
And Catrina will tap this in and stay on top of the leaderboard through 3 rounds. But tomorrow is a big day. The winds are looking to pick up. And Jessica and I aren't too far away. I move up to second place at 2 over par, 6 strokes behind Catrina Allen. Jessica Weese, 1 stroke behind me. And Jennifer Allen at +11. She's going to fall off the lead card, so you will see a new face tomorrow in Rebecca Cox. So make sure you guys tune in and see some of the action tomorrow on Championship Day. Click the logo, subscribe now, and be alerted for when round 4 drops.
We just want to say thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to Jomez for such great coverage, Dynamic Discs, the PDGA for bringing them out here, and make sure you tune in tomorrow.